Welcome back, everybody. We are thrilled to have you here with us as we conclude our webinar series on optimizing electronic health records and helping you learn to love your EHR. Now, I'm Brian Masters, and I'm thrilled to have you join us here for this final session. Now, over the course of this series, we have journeyed together through the challenges and opportunities that EHRs present in the behavioral health sector. We've discussed everything from streamlining documentation processes to leveraging data for better patient outcomes, and today we're going to bring it all together. In this final episode, we're going to focus on how to fully harness the power of your EHR, not just to meet compliance requirements, but to truly elevate the quality of care you provide. The goal is to leave you with actionable insights and strategies that you can immediately apply to make your EHR a tool you love and rely on every day. So, whether you're here to fine-tune your existing practices or completely rethink how you engage with your EHR, this session is designed to equip you with the knowledge and confidence to maximize this vital resource. Let's dive in and finish strong. Now, before we dig into today's topics, let's briefly recap what we have covered in our last session. We explored the critical areas of compliance, patient engagement, and security within the EHR landscape. And these elements are essential for maintaining regulatory standards and for enhancing patient experiences and safeguarding sensitive information. We discussed how ensuring compliance with regulations like HIPAA and 42 CFR Part 2 not only protects patient data, but also builds trust. We looked at strategies for boosting patient engagement through user-friendly interfaces and personalized care plans, and we emphasized the importance of robust security measures to prevent data breaches and ensure the integrity of your EHR systems. These foundational pillars, compliance, patient engagement, and security, are the bedrock upon which effective EHR systems are built. They support the seamless use of EHRs to enhance healthcare delivery and improve patient outcomes, setting the stage for more advanced applications and optimizations. Today, we're moving into our final session where we'll build on these foundations and explore more advanced topics. Our primary objectives for this session are threefold. First, we're going to discuss how to strategically leverage EHR data for quality improvement and operational efficiency. Second, we're going to prepare healthcare organizations for future developments in healthcare technology and policy. And lastly, we'll underscore the ongoing nature of EHR optimization, highlighting it as a cyclical, continuous process rather than as a one-time effort. But before we do anything else, I want to introduce you to our team of panelists. First of all, joining us today, we have Thaddeus Dickson, the founder and CEO of Xpio Health. Thad brings more than 20 years of experience in behavioral health care. He holds numerous certifications related to healthcare security, privacy, and technology. Thad is a recognized expert and frequent speaker on issues related to behavioral health technology and national healthcare. Next, we have Traci Crowder, our Chief Operating Officer. Traci has an impressive 30 years of healthcare experience in various roles, including clinical, administrative, and consultant positions. Her expertise spans quality management, IT, risk management, and more. Traci is passionate about making a positive impact and helping clients and staff solve problems. And finally, we have Jill Johnson, our Director of EHR Services. With more than 25 years in the behavioral healthcare industry, Jill has a deep knowledge of the billing, financial, and technical aspects of operations. She oversees all EHR-related projects at Xpio, and she's an expert in integrating these systems into healthcare organizations' broader operations. We're going to hear more from our team in a little while, but meanwhile, feel free to ask questions using the chat feature. We'll address those questions during the designated Q&A session at the end of this webinar, and don't worry about taking notes. We're going to provide a recording of this session to all attendees. So let's dive in. We're going to start by talking about the importance of leveraging EHR data. Many organizations view EHRs merely as digital versions of patient records, but the potential goes so far beyond that. EHR data can be a powerful tool for clinical decision support, enabling healthcare providers to make informed decisions based on comprehensive patient information. It can drive quality improvement initiatives by identifying trends and areas that need attention, and it supports strategic planning by providing insights into operational efficiencies and patient care outcomes. Throughout today's session, we're going to touch on several key areas where EHR data can make a significant impact. Predictive analytics, that's using data to anticipate patient needs and outcomes. Population health management, that's analyzing data to improve health outcomes on a larger scale. And personalized medicine, that's tailoring treatments based on individual patient data. Next, let's look at preparing for future developments. The healthcare landscape is constantly evolving, driven by new regulations, technological advancements, and shifting patient care models. Staying ahead of this rapidly changing field means being proactive, and it involves anticipating changes like new compliance requirements and emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning. To navigate these changes successfully, healthcare organizations need to cultivate adaptability and foster a culture of innovation. And this means being open to integrating new technologies into your EHR systems and workflows, ensuring that your organization remains resilient and responsive to future demands. I can't overemphasize the necessity of continuous optimization. Implementing an EHR system is just the beginning. Optimizing it is an ongoing journey. The healthcare IT landscape is continually changing, requiring regular updates, reassessments, and refinements to your EHR system. This ensures that your EHR remains effective, secure, and aligned with your organization's expectations. So today's session is designed to provide you with actionable insights and strategies to leverage your EHR data effectively, prepare for future advancements, and commit to continuous optimization. We aim to equip you with the tools and knowledge to enhance your EHR systems, ultimately improving both operational efficiency and patient care. Our goal is to ensure that you leave with a clear roadmap for ongoing EHR optimization and readiness for future developments. So with that, we're going to dive into our first main topic, strategically leveraging EHR data for quality improvement and operational efficiency. So for starters, consider this question: how can your organization transform raw EHR data into meaningful insights that drive better patient outcomes and streamline operations? We're going to explore some strategies that can help you achieve just that. But first, there is somebody I want you to meet. It is my great pleasure to introduce our COO, Traci Crowder, a healthcare veteran of more than 30 years of experience who has seen it all and fixed most of it. From clinical work to administration to consulting, she has tackled everything from quality management to information technology to program development across hospitals, behavioral health centers, and primary care settings. What sets Traci apart is her ability to see both the big picture and the practical details. She's like the healthcare world's version of a Swiss Army knife, versatile, reliable, and exactly the one you want around when things get complicated. Traci leaves everything better than when she found it. So please welcome our resident healthcare expert who brings the fearlessness of a backcountry adventurer to solving your toughest behavioral challenges, Traci Crowder.
Thank you, Brian. What an introduction. Thank you for that. And hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. I love talking about and hearing about ways to improve our relationships with our EHRs and using data better. Based on my own experience with implementing an EHR and also with helping other organizations with their implementation, and thinking about the usability of EHR data, I always get excited about the possibilities, and then sometimes have felt deflated because of what feels like a daunting task, transforming all of this data we're collecting into something we can actually use. And you all may be feeling that as well. I believe the key is in shifting our thinking away from just pure data collection to data-driven decision making, and then optimizing EHRs to achieve this. So configuring systems to work for you and not just be a data collection black hole. And this can certainly be a tough battle, but organizations can focus on a few key areas to help unlock the real power of their EHR data. We're really just, driving toward better patient outcomes, increased revenue, better compliance, improved staff satisfaction. And so these key focus areas, I think, three to start with, and we're talking about data quality and quality improvement. So data quality is really, that builds the foundation for everything else. And having a shaky foundation makes everything else shaky. And you end up not trusting your data, or having difficulty even seeing your data. So this is sometimes the very first step in EHR optimization. Define what data you need. What do you need to see in order to make decisions that impact your desired outcomes, clinical operational outcomes? And then standardize that data, standardize the way you're collecting it, and create a process for identifying missing or incomplete data. So that's the foundation, working on your data quality. Next, the second focus area can be workflow, another big activity in EHR optimization. So build the data you need to see into clinical workflows, into the forms, in a format that makes it easy to extract and analyze, and making sure everyone collects the data in the same way at the same point of care. And then the third area of focus is analytics. Developing a set of metrics, reports, dashboards that allow you to see at a glance how you're doing and allow you to make decisions about what to do next. So those analytics can include things from clinical, like assessment scores that you can track over time by individual client and also in the aggregate for your organization. Financial, you can track your claims and revenue. Operational, looking at productivity or no-shows. And then within your analytics, leverage AI to do the data analysis and provide actionable insights. So those would be three starting points, three focus areas: data quality, workflow, analytics. And in your EHR optimization journey, I invite you to start by building that good foundation, identify pain points in accessing and visualizing your data, and then take small steps that get you the most benefit and build from there. And we would love to help you with that. And with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Brian. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Traci. Now, let's look at how EHR data can be used for quality improvement and research. EHR data can be more than just a tool for documenting patient care. As we said, this data is a rich resource that can drive quality improvement and support clinical research. Beyond tracking patient visits, it holds insights that can improve patient outcomes, enhance safety, and even inform policy decisions. The data we collect every day is not just for compliance. It's a powerful asset that can shape the future of healthcare. So as we explore this topic, think about how your organization might leverage this untapped potential to innovate and improve care. Okay, some strategies for analyzing EHR data to uncover valuable insights. First, by identifying trends and patterns, we can spot opportunities for improvement or address areas of concern. For example, analyzing patient demographics and conditions helps us understand the current landscape. We then move into predictive analytics, where historical data can forecast future health outcomes or service demands. This proactive approach allows us to prepare for what's ahead, whether it's an expected surge in cases or whether it's identifying at-risk populations. And finally, prescriptive analytics can take it a bit further by suggesting actionable steps based on the data. For instance, if the data shows that a certain group of patients is at risk, we can implement targeted interventions. This advanced level of analysis not only predicts outcomes, but it also recommends how to address them effectively. EHR data is essential for driving quality improvement initiatives. This data allows us to optimize care processes, reduce variability, enhance patient safety. For example, by analyzing treatment patterns, we can standardize best practices that lead to better patient outcomes. So measuring outcomes is crucial here. We need to assess the impact of our improvement efforts by looking at clinical outcomes like reduced readmission rates and operational outcomes such as increased efficiency. These are the metrics that help us understand whether our strategies are working or where we might need to adjust. And EHR data isn't just valuable for day-to-day operations, it also is a goldmine for clinical research. Research uses this data to study treatment effectiveness, disease prevalence, and healthcare disparities, and this kind of research can lead to breakthroughs that improve patient care across the board. However, using EHR data for research does come with some challenges. Data heterogeneity, privacy concerns, and ensuring data integrity are significant obstacles. But with careful planning and the right tools, we can overcome these challenges and unlock the full potential of EHR data in advancing medical knowledge. So we've learned that EHR data has the potential to transform healthcare by improving quality, safety, and research. The key is in how we analyze and apply this data. By strategically leveraging EHR data, we can drive significant improvements in patient care and operational efficiency. I want to encourage you to consider how you can apply these insights within your own organization or research efforts. The data you already have could be the key to making meaningful changes that benefits patients and providers alike. Okay, let's pause here. There's somebody else I'd like you to meet. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce somebody who truly gets the connection between great technology and great healthcare. Meet our fearless leader and CEO, Thaddeus Dickson. Thad has this uncanny ability to see around corners in healthcare tech. He's always had a keen sense of what's coming next. What I love about Thad's approach is that he doesn't just chase the shiny new toys. Thad's all about, will this actually work in your clinic on a Monday morning if everything's in chaos? Because, that's the real test, right? So please help me welcome our CEO and resident tech strategist who brings remarkable clarity to the complex world of healthcare technology, Thaddeus Dickson.
Thanks, Brian, and thanks everybody for joining. Well, I appreciate everyone here being on the journey with us through our webinar series, and for many of you being on a journey with optimizing your EHRs, from procurement to implementation to ongoing, customization and curation of your EHR, all the way to where I think a lot of organizations are getting to now, which is leveraging that information that you've been putting into your EHR for all these years. One of the ways that I like to think about the data collection process as it relates to the data optimization and ultimately datafication, is to reference a movie that many of us grew up with in my generation, and that's Karate Kid. And as you recall, during the training phase, there is an exercise to whitewash the fence and to wax on and wax off, as was famously said by Mr. Miyagi in the movie. And although that exercise of waxing on and waxing off repetitively, proving out your specific mechanisms and iterations to refine your technique, that is really what we see as akin to implementing your EHR and optimizing your EHR. You're getting all of those different strokes integrated in, those keystrokes as it were, and populating your EHR. And sometimes I think it feels like a fruitless exercise, but that's what we're really here to help turn the corner for. And as you recall, to extend the analogy in the movie, after all of the painstaking effort to learn the skills of those keystrokes and entering in that data, there is a reward at the end of that. But ultimately, you have to turn the corner and become an EHR black belt yourself, which from our point of view really means evolving that EHR from the 1.0 to the 2.0 to the 3.0. And in that trajectory, we're converting all of that effort of people entering data into the datafication or enabling that data to make decisions. And that's really where all of that work now bears fruit. And I think that's ultimately what the journey to optimize your EHR is about. It's about optimizing your EHR, yes, to improve your clinical workflows, your billing workflows, and your clinical efficiency, but it's also to improve the data quality and the data collection so that you can pivot that data you've collected into information that you can use. And once you are confident in a solid foundation of quality information that's being collected on a routine basis, you can now begin the process of lighting that data up in dashboards, in reports, even utilizing AI to gather actionable insights to help with things like reducing your no-show rates. When organizations collect good data on why their clients may no-show, on what days of the week they may have a hard time getting transportation, finding daycare, or being able to keep an appointment, when you collect that information over time, the application of an AI summary tool to then recommend what the best days and times of the week for a future appointment to be scheduled is a perfect example of how to leverage that information that you've painstakingly collected to help make good decisions in a way that can help your client be successful. And there's dozens of examples of how sound data collection techniques can be parlayed into quality data analysis and dashboard tools. So I want to emphasize that the work to improve the quality of your EHR, to optimize your EHR, to collect data, it's really in service of giving you the ability to create quality dashboards and actionable insights out of that data. So thank you again for going on this journey with us, and we look forward to working with you.
Thad, thank you so much. Okay, so as we have learned, the future is now. So why do we need to future-proof our EHR systems? Okay, we are witnessing it. We're sitting on the front row of a remarkably rapid evolution in healthcare IT. Technologies are advancing at an unprecedented pace, and this is transforming how we manage healthcare. Central to this change is the role of EHR systems. These systems must continually evolve to leverage new technologies, meet growing healthcare demands, and ultimately improve patient care. And if our EHR systems fail to keep up with these advancements, we risk falling behind in our ability to deliver high-quality, efficient care. So to stay ahead of these changes, we need to future-proof our EHR systems. But what does that mean exactly? Future-proofing involves designing systems that can easily adapt to technological advancements and new regulatory requirements. By doing this, we ensure that our systems not only meet today's needs, but are ready to accommodate tomorrow's innovations. The benefits are substantial. First of all, it enhances patient care by integrating leading-edge technologies that improve diagnosis and treatment. Second, it boosts operational efficiency by streamlining workflows and reducing the time and resources spent on maintaining outdated systems. And finally, future-proofing helps us stay compliant with evolving regulations, which of course is crucial for avoiding penalties and maintaining patient trust. So in essence, future-proofing is about being proactive rather than reactive. It's about making sure our systems are agile, resilient, and ready to meet whatever challenges pop up in the ever-changing healthcare landscape. Now, when we talk about future-proofing your EHR, these emerging technologies represent the core innovations that you need to consider. AI and machine learning. They transfer raw data into actionable insights. helping your team identify patterns and predict outcomes for truly personalized care delivery. Blockchain technology. It addresses one of healthcare's most pressing concerns, security, by creating immutable records that protect patient information integrity across all systems. And regulatory requirements, which continue to evolve rapidly, and your EHR must adapt to these changes seamlessly to maintain compliance without overburdening your staff. Meeting user expectations is not optional anymore. Your clinicians and patients both demand intuitive interfaces and mobile access that fits naturally into their workflow and lives. These are strategic investments that position your organization to thrive amid healthcare's constant evolution. Staying compliant with the ever-changing landscape of healthcare regs is a significant challenge for any organization. Future-proofed EHR systems are built with this in mind. They're designed to easily integrate new regulatory requirements as they arise. This proactive approach to compliance helps us stay ahead of laws such as HIPAA and 42 CFR Part 2, and ensure that our data protection practices are always up to standard. By reducing the risk of noncompliance, we not only avoid potential penalties, but we also build and maintain trust with our patients and partners. This trust is crucial in healthcare, where the security of personal information is not a priority, but rather the top priority. To future-proof your EHR system, it's essential to focus on three key strategies: adaptability, interoperability, and scalability. Adaptability ensures your EHR can evolve with changes in technology and healthcare practices. Interoperability enables seamless data exchange between systems, which is crucial for coordinated care. And lastly, scalability ensures that your EHR can grow with your organization, accommodating more users and more data without compromising performance. Together, these strategies equip your EHR to respond to the rapidly changing healthcare landscape, maintaining its relevance and effectiveness over time. Proactively plan for future EHR system upgrades or replacements. Staying ahead of the curve in health IT is vital for delivering high-quality patient care. And by investing in forward-thinking strategies now, your organization can ensure it remains at the forefront of healthcare innovation, better prepared to meet future challenges and opportunities. The journey to optimize your EHR is ongoing, and with proactive planning, your system will continue to serve as a valuable asset in achieving your healthcare goals. We've learned a lot. Let's review key takeaways from this webinar series. We've explored how EHR optimization enhances efficiency, compliance, and patient care. We emphasize the importance of assessments in identifying gaps and driving success. We discussed strategic implementation to ensure adoption and maximize usability. And we also highlighted how advanced features like AI and telehealth can enhance functionality. Compliance and security remain ongoing priorities, and most importantly, EHR optimization is not a one-time task. It's a continuous process of continuous improvement. Today, we learned how a well-tuned EHR data plan drives informed decision-making and improves care. Leveraging data-driven insights enhances efficiency, streamlines workflows, and optimizes patient outcomes. Staying ahead of regulations ensures compliance while embracing new technologies like AI and telehealth, enhancing patient care. EHR optimization is an ongoing process, requiring regular updates, feedback, and adaptability to maximize effectiveness and long-term success. Now, before we part ways, I want to leave you with two questions to ponder. First, how can your organization further integrate EHR data into daily operations to drive quality improvement and informed decision-making? And second, in what ways can you foster a culture of continuous EHR optimization within your team or organization to remain adaptive, to remain responsive to the changing healthcare landscape. Remember, optimization, not a journey, not a destination. It requires ongoing effort, adaptation, and a proactive stance toward both challenges and opportunities. So as you continue your work, think of this journey as one where you are learning to love your EHR, one where each step in optimization brings you closer to a system that supports your mission to improve patient care. And just like any strong relationship, it takes patience, continuous effort, and a willingness to adapt to ensure that your EHR becomes not just a tool, but a trusted partner in your daily work. I want to thank you for being part of this series, and I wish you all the best in your ongoing journey to not just tolerate, but truly love your EHR. Okay, let's unpack some of the questions our viewers have left for us in the chat. Jill, what do we have?
Well, hello, everybody. One of the questions that we have is, we know EHR data can help with quality improvement, but making that happen feels like a whole other battle. What's the biggest roadblock and how do we get past it?
Well, I think, first of all, I'll wholeheartedly agree. You're absolutely right. EHR data definitely has potential for quality improvement, but actually leveraging it can be a battle. I think some of the biggest roadblocks include things that some of the things we talked about today, like inconsistent documentation, missing data, variations in workflows and how things are collected. It makes it difficult to see data. So maybe to get past roadblocks, consider things like establishing a data governance process that will help with your data standardization. So, having a committee or a process where new things that get added to your EHR get vetted and approved and implemented across the board in the same way. Also leveraging AI. We talked a little about that to help with your data analysis, your data insights, rather than just collecting data. And embedding these QI activities into your clinical workflows. I think also training is another way to get past roadblocks, helping staff to understand what you need with data, how you're trying to improve data quality. It's a tough battle, but focusing on those areas can definitely help get started with making it feel less of an uphill battle.
Thank you so much, Traci. All right, question number 2. Our clinicians and staff pretty much just do the bare minimum in the EHR and complain about it constantly. How do we get them to actually engage with it?
I'll take that one too.
Thank you.
This is a common struggle that we see, right? Staff see EHRs as a burden rather than a tool that helps them. So I think one of the keys to engagement is making the EHR work for them, not against them. So hearing about the pain points and reducing those pain points. And again, we've harped on this a lot, but some of the ways to reduce pain points is to optimize workflows, work with the staff to streamline processes, customize their EHR views so they see only what's relevant to the work that they're doing, fix performance issues, slow load times, clunky interfaces, make EHRs painful. And along that same line, giving staff a voice, providing a mechanism for them to get feedback to you on what's working and what's not working. I think also, I mentioned training earlier, ditch the one size fits all training and instead offer short, I would say role specific sessions instead of just generic EHR overviews. And making sure that you're providing just in time support. So on demand help. The goal, I think, is not to force EHR engagement, but to make it so useful that they actually want to use it.
Oh, I agree with you so much. Wonderful information. Last question that we received. We're collecting a ton of data, but honestly, it just sits there. How do we turn it into something useful instead of just hoarding it?
Well, that sounds like a common challenge. And I think as we discussed a little bit earlier, understanding how to go from data collection to datafication, which is a fancy word for actually enabling that data to be used, takes some fundamental steps. And so, first off, I think one of the misconceptions that a lot of organizations start their EHR project out with is that their EHR is going to automatically create dashboards and reports for the organization by default. And although EHRs have reporting modules included, inevitably, as many of us have experienced, as soon as you start customizing your fields and tailoring the EHR for your organization, those canned reports really don't work in the way that you expect. And so this is sort of a decision point, I think, that organizations face in their journey of EHR optimization. And that is, do we leverage the existing canned reports within the EHR? And I think that there's a good place and a right time for those reports. And or do we take the next step, which is connecting our EHR to a data repository, a data warehouse, and start to actually create dashboards and more advanced systems of integrating that data with other systems like HR, payroll, et cetera, to really leverage that data. So I think as a first step, yes, you can leverage the data reporting constructs within the EHRs. And that is a good way to get data that you need pretty much real-time access to. Those report engines are usually integrated to the actual database in pretty real time. And so whether it's Pentaho or it's a SQL reporting engine, whatever it might be, utilizing those reports, customizing them so they produce the results that you need is a good way to give access to those reports at sort of a low level of effort. But I think ultimately that strategy does need to evolve as organizations really want to benefit from integrating their EHR data with other systems and melding that data. And that's what requires a data strategy and a data warehouse. And so that requires getting into things like connecting via ODBC your data warehouse system to your EHR, to your HR system, to potentially your multiple EHRs, if you're using different types of systems for different types of specialties within your practice. So that process, I think, is a really significant step, and it's one that we see high-performing agencies undertake with a sound strategy and a sound vision, which is usually a multi-year vision, to really light up their EHR within a dashboard construct so they can leverage Power BI or Tableau or other types of SQL reporting services out of their EHR. And so I think that's really an important step for organizations to evaluate. And it also helps open the door to leveraging machine learning and AI on your data. And in order to do that, you really need to transform your data from the data collection system, which is the EHR, into the data reporting system, which is the data warehouse. And there's something that is important to unpack here a little bit. And that's that an EHR in and of itself is really a data collection system, which is a different type of database construct than a data reporting system. And even though you can use a reporting application to get the data out of there, ultimately, you need to transform your data into what we call cubes. And those cubes are a data warehouse construct that allows you to bundle financial, clinical, operational services and activities into facts and dimensions. And then you can run your reports very efficiently off of there. And that solves another challenge, is that when you really start running reports off of your EHR across your agency, if you're using the embedded report engine, there's a limitation to how many reports, how often, and how complex those reports can be, because you're running it against the production database. So the other thing that a data warehouse does protect is the capacity and the effectiveness of your EHR, because it offloads the reporting services to a third-party application such as a SQL data warehouse. So in our experience, high-performing agencies, they implement a strategy to move towards a third-party data warehouse and reporting repository so they can really have control over their reports. And that's just a part of the journey to learning to love your EHR and ultimately getting the value out of that EHR so that you get a good return on your investment.
Thank you, Thad. That wraps up our Learn to Love Your EHR webinar series. We hope these sessions have given you some practical ways to make your EHR work better for you and your team. And remember, we're all in this together. If you ever need a helping hand or just want to chat about your EHR challenges, the Xpio Health team is just a call away. So thank you so much for joining us. And here's to making technology work for you, not against you. Take care, everybody.